Okay, so today I have a glitch for you where you can store any vehicle you want inside the Terrorbyte. And therefore you obviously have to own Terrorbyte, and you gotta own Oppressor Mark II as well, and therefore you gotta have the weapon workshop and the thing to store the Oppressor Mark II. And then you're gonna need to have 2 garages in your nightclub as well. I'm using garage 2 and 3. Then I advise you to use the same garages as I do. Then in garage number 2, you want to have your Oppressor Mark II and the vehicle you want to put into your Terrorbyte. And when you got that, then you gotta go in a different garage. I'm using garage 3. And the next thing you go, it would be the best if you're in 3 Well, you gotta have someone that's in different targeting mode, and for most people that different targeting mode is 3 So, and then you're gonna go on this list here and go down to garage number 2, and then go into the Xbox menu, or on PS4 you can do recent activities, and then you're gonna press A, and then do the recent activities. And for Xbox, you're gonna go into the friends list and join someone in a different targeting mode, and right before the L pops up, you're gonna press A. And then you press A again and quickly decline it. So this time you can see I failed, obviously. Whenever you want to show something, you fail. And then, if you got that, this time you can see I got it. You just join someone in different targeting mode. As soon as you see the alert come up, or if it comes up really quick, you can just spam join game, then spam R to continue in the game, and go into the different garage, accept the first alert, decline the second alert, and then quickly you gotta press back or down on your left control pad to walk backwards, and then press up on the D-pad twice and press A. This way you're gonna go into the garage, as you can see here. I mentioned it, and you're gonna have no minimap. If you have that, it worked. Then you gotta go to your blue circle and simply swap the Oppressor Mark II with whatever vehicle you want to put into your Terrorbyte. And if you've done that, you're gonna see it changed in the list, but the vehicles are still in the same spot. Then you want to hop onto the Oppressor Mark II, grab it out of your nightclub, and then you're gonna order your Terrorbyte and fly with the suppressor into the Terrorbyte. And if you're still wondering what this gadget is all about or what it's useful for, you can store, if you have still planes in your garage, or maybe a Luxor or something you want to spawn right next to you, always for searching it, obviously planes to spawn right next to you at all. You can spawn them right next to you if you have them in Terrorbyte. You have a cooldown, sadly not like in a special vehicle warehouse. You have a cooldown, it works just like the MSC, but I think it's a lot better than the MSC because the MSC is used for many dupe glitches, etc. The Terrorbyte won't be used for that because you normally can only store the Oppressor Mark II inside there. And if you drive in there, you're gonna end up on an infinite black loading screen, and after that just join someone in a different targeting mode again, or use recent activities, and then you're gonna spawn like this, glitched on the map. And if you have that, just go to creator and start a new session, or find a new session or something. And then when you're back, the vehicle that you wanted to have in your Terrorbyte is now in your Terrorbyte, because the oppressor that basically duped, but since you didn't do anything to save it, you didn't change anything about the vehicle, it reverted back to the vehicle it was when driving it inside the Terrorbyte. And I used the C-Sparrow for this tutorial, and as you can see, or as you will see in a second, you cannot call it from the mechanic, just like all the planes, but you can request it from the interaction menu through the Terrorbyte tab, and you can also buy over it with the if you go to the internet and would buy another presser. But that's not even needed, because you can actually just, if you should have that, if you have still the presser in your nightclub garage, you can just take that one and fly it back to the Terrorbyte and drive in, and it will give you a message that your Terrorbyte is full, and you can just swap the aircraft or whatever you have in there back into the garage where the presser is. But then you would need to do the glitch all over again. So I just advise you to customize your presser the way you want it, or maybe dupe it so that you have one with the explosive MG and one with the rockets, and then just leave it as it is and leave the plane or whatever you want to have in there. Leave it inside the Terrorbyte, because if it's patched you can't get it back in. But you can always get it back out, but you can't get it back in so easily. So I just leave it there and it will be fine. Right.